We live in heaven, but our minds tell us we live in hell. We want better for only us, our friends, ourselves. We've been taught how to be ourselves. Teach yourself who you are through your actions, and don't tolerate your own actions towards yourself, because a constant reaction, negative thoughts negate our intentions. We will it with each and every sentence, or sentences to mention, too much to mention, hanging up in suspension, or our world that we share, but only that selfishly unaware of what's over here and what is there, and not who is what and what is theirs. Your life is yours, it's what you share. Your time is now, it's gone, that's fair. But 'cause your constant conscious presence is a present shared, time is precious, how you spend and how you use. We usually don't care, and those that do don't usually care for the others who can't and don't have the time to spare. From times of swords and shields and spears to wolves and beasts, of men in bears, skin with the beast within, still cold but they're standing, warmth at home with care. Three's cubs are cold and wet and scared, like the cub who once was small and lost and feared, has grown grizzly strong and wise from years of learning life. From his eyes he peered at family, foes and friends, and at most warmth, and at home which one he holds so dear. For safety, for sleep, for warmth and care, me myself was once lost and scared and bare of pride, of strength, of mind. For time, for years, I was using trees to climb, to rise, to see my eyes above the branches I once thought too high to reach. I climbed and struggled, and at once I peaked and saw life in bliss. I sought to see even higher things, and I sought to see even higher from within. My home I seek, to soar like a bird or a fly or bee, to fly and defy what holds men back. With my mind, not hands or feet, but with my heart and my eyes and my smile, and how I may speak. I speak with conviction. I love my life, and same way appreciate and admire the lives of others, and how at time it might seem life is so bleak, but the world can be cold and dark, but still there is warmth and is light and is heat, and there is still love and still care and still hearts that beat. In snow, in rain, in hell, in sleet, 1,000 feet and my 2 feet, I sat and watched a bird and fly. I sat and watched the bird fly, just like as the eye watched their phones, watches and screens. I watched the skies and I just dreamed of life, my life, the lives we lead, the way we herd, but still stay sheep, until a shepherd may call with a dog and staff. The black sheep roams while the grey sheep laugh. The dog is playful, smart and quick, because the master's plate is warm and rich. So the dog will bark and lick his lips, imagining the taste of a lamb, for which he'll wait and sit. For his master's whistle, the master old and frail and fickle. Unlike his dog, which he's taught some tricks, he sits and thinks and sits, until he thinks he's thought it all, however forgot from once was small. A boy at heart, at home in mind, a man with staff and dog and mind, and sheep that bellow and grunt and graze, those that follow and watch and gaze. The shepherd wanders through a maze to reach his home, for home is safe, and safe is love and care and peace. For man, for dog, for bird, for sheep, for child is born and may weep. So shall the boy and man, for all once will be weak, or once was weak, or once was cold, or once was sick, or once was young, or once was thick. As one might learn and teach his kin, the others might stay blind and lead to sin, and stay in cold and stay in dark, and blind to right from wrong, some still are. Blind to flaws, they roam and walk, they speak and talk as if they've seen much more, and what they know is in fact not what was taught, like at home, forgot, distraught, from loss, from hurt, from pain, from thought, the loss of life for some so cheap, to gain from pain, from hurt, from greed. You've lost yourself, to yourselves you lead, yourselves and family to hurt, to pain and loss. What is the price of life, and what is the cost? What is the cost for time? For slave, for servant, for workman, for boss, For child, for mother, for life is lost, with seconds we spend and time we lend. Still fractures made without time to mend, discussions missed and lost words from friends, with troubles many within the worlds of men. The world of man, this world we pretend, we own, we have, a world we offend. We burn, we break from heart, from men, and cold for a world we offend. We burn, we break for heat, for men, and cold who are cold and scared, and just want a bed, till the earth must weep for our world. Till the earth must weep, and our world must warp from greed, from pain, from what was taught. But if what we was taught is all we know, then why must we still walk alone and walk together as if unbeknownst there's a fire within and also at home? Because our home is melting, what shall we do? Could we build another in the cold and dark? Would we drown in the ocean and be lost at the coast? Or lost because of sparks? To spark a dream, how odd it seems, as our world within suspense still may clutch at seams, like our genes or ourselves or our hopes and our dreams. I may lose energy from time, for time has been lent for me, impossible to stop or wait or bend for me. For time I spent unknowing, unintentionally, how time should be kept and used, and essentially what I need and what is necessary. For home is all I have, and for peace of mind I need eventually. But not a man of the world who once knew nothing, to know he knows many things, to forget his mistakes, to which led him to be presently. To forget time is only as long as a piece of string, or can last as long as a grain of sand, or as a fish that intends to swim, until is met by a man or a beast or anything that may alter his path, and at least time has kept up with it. With that fish and time, the fish will have lost. Kept up with. And time the fish will have at last, to salt and to earth and to stone. The earth and the man alike, at times can be cold, still alike put to warmth. The reaction the same, still just existing, still may remain, until one another time may change, for time don't stay still or chill or wait. Time has gone but still is now, time to think, for change, for how to live and how safe are we, from home, from heart, from man, from beast. From time we are safe, and now we have, for time is good and never bad. For time is all we have and leave, for time I think and smile and believe that time can change, can heal and teach. A man can learn and live and lead. A man can walk with mind and feet to know that he shall live his life complete.